Yeah, sorry about cutting that one short. It was had a phone call come in. It's a hassle when you have a video camera hooked up to a telephone. Alright, as again, we have the enamel, and below that, over the top of the enamel, we have onto the tar. Okay, there we have the tar down there. And once you get the concrete going in the hole, now we're mixing these on site because of the difficulty and the hassles we have on this job of pushing things around and getting everything sorted out. It's just easier to do a hand mix, do it on site than it is to get ready mix. That way we've got gravel for the timber stumps. We're actually going to be utilising some of the old timber stumps. We're trying to keep the cost down for the client. And what we have is these old timber stumps here that we pulled out. Now some of those, the only hassle we have is the bottom end. See there, but that's still strong timber. Like that timber's 100 years old. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut those bottoms off, treat this part of the timber with some tar and some wood preservative, leave the bottom clean so it can dry, can drain, and use that post because they are still rock hard, 100-year-old hardwood posts. I cannot buy timber that good today. It's just not possible. They're not allowed to cut that timber down. There's not enough of it left. So what we're going to do is up on this row, we decided to leave these ones down here in steel, and because that timber is short enough to get up here, we're going to use it on these 5 posts here at the top, which is excellent for doing a retainer wall next to. We've got a nice deep hole. The camera's putting a bit of concrete in the bottom off. Now what we do for a timber post is we put a concrete base. So like in this one down here, you see there's a $2 coin. Alright, we throw about 3 inches of concrete in the bottom, maybe 4 inches, whatever it takes. There we are. Camera shows the concrete in the bottom of that. And if you have a look, there it is down there. And it's about 3 inches deep. So we've got 3 inches of concrete, that'll go off. And tomorrow what we'll do is then put about 2 inches of gravel in there for drainage. Because a timber post needs to drain. It's not allowed to sit in a bucket of water. If we just concreted it in without any gravel at the bottom, it would then sit in a bucket of water because the water wouldn't be able to get out. So what we're doing is we put about 2 inches of gravel at the bottom, which is how they're supposed to be done. And then you put the timber post on top of that, and that allows for drainage, and then you fill up the rest of it with concrete. So plenty of drainage to let the water out, and that's what we'll be doing on these 5 posts, the 3 at the front here, which are nice and deep, and will be excellent for putting a retainer wall on, because they're timber, so they'll outlast the steel 3 to 1. They're already 100 years old. You won't get much harder timber anywhere. So I can't think of anything better to put in this corner for bracing value as well as for something that will last the length of time. We just chop the bad bits off, and they're still long enough to put in those holes. They go about 4 feet in the ground, so nice bracing value. And we fill these with concrete, give them a good vibrate, plumb them up, and then we'll put a string line on this set. We've only got 5 posts in this row. Put a string line on this row to string it up. We've already done it up top, so they're nice and straight. Nice straight line, and we'll do the same down here. Now these are 100 by 100 by 4mm Duragal posts that we got on, in this case, off Scott's Metal, because they're just down the road. We buy a bit of steel from Scott's. Always, when you're doing small jobs, there's some way place close, that's the easiest place to get the steel. And there we are, all tarred up, all paid in advance. You can see that coin there, she's down there. And of course these are going to have to sit for the next 2 or 3 days before we let the acros out that are holding the weight up. And then they'll be holding the house, which is excellent. And next week we can go through and do the ones we've got to do. We've still got to do these 2 timber posts at the back with that brace on. We've got to take those 2 out because they've sunk about 6 inches and they're still sinking. They won't support any weight at all up there. Have to bring one of the staves down here to help lift the house. This one here we have sewage. The sewage pipe we found right next to the hole. We're digging it out. And of course with the sewage pipe there's gravel, so all the water that's running around through the site runs through the gravel around the sewage pipe. So we have to drain this one, put some concrete in the bottom when we're hanging the post. Then we have to put a bit of fibro in, new fibro in there to hold some gravel around the post, not around the pipe. Not allowed to put any concrete around that sewage pipe because if the ground moves, the concrete will crack the pipe. We don't want to do that, so we encase it in gravel. So we put a little retainer wall in there, a bit of fibro, and then fill up the other side with concrete. One side with sand, one side with concrete, and then follow the concrete up. Once we've got the sand over the top of the pipe, then we can bring the concrete all the way to the surface. Just to keep that sand layer around the pipe, and it also keeps that drainage going for the water to keep following that pipe. Alright, that's what we're doing here today on Friday, and we'll be back tomorrow on Saturday to do some more work as we put these timber posts in. So we'll give you a hoy when we're doing those, and you can catch that on YouTube as well. So as I said, we're just doing those concrete bases, and that's going good. Alright, signing off. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.